Fish on. Fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh, easy, buddy. What's going on, everybody? Nick from 618 Fishing here, and welcome back to another fishing adventure.
No worries, over nickels and dimes, or a 9 to 5 grind. I gotta get loose sometimes.
We have quite the drive ahead of us today because we are heading to a spillway that is 2 hours away. I feel like I say that a lot, but there are a ton of spillways within 2 hours of my house. This one in particular, I have had my eye on for quite some time. I've never been there. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some fish.
I gotta give in, lay it on the line. You only get one life.
We have finally almost made it to this spillway, and I am officially in the middle of nowhere. It looks like it's right here. There's actually some water flowing. Okay, first impressions, that does not look good at all. It's honestly one of the worst looking fishing spots that I've ever gone to that I found on Google Earth. I've been surprised before, but I don't know if that's going to happen today. Let's get some baits out there and see if any fish are living in this tiny stagnant puddle. Well, I brought a few bait options, but I think as far as this spot goes, there's really one that I'm going to lean on, that being night crawlers. Let's go ahead and go for broke and toss out this entire night crawler. Here we go. Oh, something already picked it up. No way. Gotta say, I am very surprised. Something just nipped off the tail of my night crawler. Now, the question that I'm asking myself now, are any of those fish sizable? There we go, fish on. First catch from the spillway is a little green sunfish. Can't say I'm surprised to catch this guy, but I am not disappointed. See you later, buddy. First impressions are not always accurate, and that is the case for this spillway. Upon further inspection, I am seeing a ton of life beneath the surface. There's a bunch of tiny little fish, and after tossing that night crawler out there, I was able to catch a green sunfish almost immediately. So there is no telling. There could be some big fish hiding out there. I just got a whole lot more optimistic. Let's see what other secrets this tiny little spillway has in store. Fish on. Holy cow. This guy crushed it. Looks like a slightly larger green sunfish. See you later, buddy. And fish number 3 is, you guys guessed it, a green sunfish. I think it's safe to say that the fish that inhabit this little spillway are almost exclusively green sunfish. I was planning on tossing out a big trout head in this little spillway, but as much as I want to believe that there could be a big fish hiding out here, I don't think that's the case, and I did not drive 2 hours to catch little green sunfish. I think it's time to change up spots. One of the most important things about traveling to a new fishing spot, especially when it is far away, is having a plan B if number 1, it's private property, or number 2, like today, the fishing is horrible. So that is what we're doing. We are heading to my plan B. Hopefully we'll have some better luck there. Good and bad news. The good news, I have made it to spot number 2. The bad news, I am not seeing much water. This thing is almost completely dry. That is not good, guys. Okay, so spot number 2 is almost looking as worse as spot number 1, but I'm gonna give it a try. I do not know how deep that water is right there. There could be some fish hiding. I am hoping there are some fish hiding. Zero bites. There very well could be fish hiding in this spillway, but they are not eating my bait. I think it's time to do a little exploring. It's taken a little bit of walking, but we have made it to where that spillway empties into this river. I am seeing quite a bit of fish activity. I'm feeling pretty optimistic again. Here we go, first cast. Holy cow, you guys, I just spotted the biggest gar that I have seen in my entire life. Oh my gosh, it was out there in the current. That thing was massive. Dang. Fish on. Fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh, easy buddy. Something's been messing with this bait for a while. There's actually a fish on here. No idea what it is. It's sizable though. It's definitely sizable. Please stay on. Please stay on, please stay on, please stay on, please stay on. There we go. Yes, it is a carp of all things. It came unhooked in my net. Look at the tail on this fish. It is so cool looking. See you later, buddy. That carp was not big by any means, but it is our first decent sized fish of the day. But right before I hooked into that guy, I saw literally the biggest gar that I have ever seen breach the surface. That was 100% a state record sized fish. Oh, I just got a lot more excited. I don't have too much more daylight, but hopefully we'll be able to hook into a monster. I've yet to hook into a fish using this chicken breast. Let's go ahead and rig up a chicken gizzard. I actually just picked these up at the grocery store. I've never actually fished with these before, but that's gonna change today. All right, they smell horrible. I will say that. They have yet to hit my bigger bait. I'm gonna go ahead and go for broke, toss out a trout head, and see if that's what the monsters have been waiting for. All right, that is a giant bait. Here we go. Oh, there's a bite. Fish on. Fish on, fish on. Feels pretty heavy. What do we have? Oh, hey, it is a catfish. There we go, finally. My first catfish from this spot is a decent little channel cat. Not a monster, but after the day that I've been having, I will take it. See you later, buddy. Okay, no luck with the trout head. I think it's time to go back to the Kool-Aid soaked chicken. This water is extremely muddy, and that Kool-Aid soaked chicken has a really strong scent to it. All right, guys, Sling picked up the chicken breast. All right, they're eating it. Hopefully this is a big fish. Here we go. Fish on. Fish on, fish on. What do we got? And it is a really cool looking channel catfish. Not big, but cool looking. Picked up the Kool-Aid soaked chicken breast. Oh. See you later, buddy. All right. The sun has set, my 100 DEET bug spray is not phasing these mosquitoes, and I have a very long drive back home. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Today's fishing adventure could have gone better, but at the same time, it could have gone a lot worse. I was at least able to catch some fish. I had really high hopes for that first spillway, but that is just the way it goes sometimes. I'm glad I came to this second spot because I was actually able to catch some decent little fish, and I saw a monstrous gar breach the surface. So you better believe I'll be back. If you guys enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you left a thumbs up, possibly think about subscribing if you haven't. I will catch you guys on the next one.
Gotta give in, lay it on the line. You only get one life, one chance to do it right.
Oh. See you later, buddy.